Hey everyone, and welcome back to the channel. Today, we re-diving into a question that probably crossed your mind while spinning a globe. Which country has the absolute weirdest shape? It's a fun debate, and honestly, there are a lot of contenders. You've got long, skinny countries, fragmented island nations, and some that are just blobs. But after digging through maps and satellite images, I think I've found the #1 champion of geographical oddity. So, who is it? Is it Norway, with its jagged, fjord-filled coastline? Or maybe Indonesia, scattered across thousands of islands? What about Italy? Famously shaped like a boot. Those are all great guesses, but the country that takes the cake, in my opinion, is the one and only Chile. Seriously, just look at it. Chile is the definition of long and skinny. It has a sliver of land squeezed between the massive Andes Mountains. To the east, in the vast Pacific Ocean. To the west, it stretches over 4,270 kilometers, or about 2,653 miles, from its northern border with Peru and Bolivia all the way down to the stormy tip of South America. To put that in perspective, if you laid Chile across Europe, it would stretch from the northern tip of Norway all the way down to the Sahara Desert in Africa. But here's the crazy part. Despite its incredible length, Chile's average width is only about 177 kilometers, or 110 miles. At its narrowest point, it's just 64 kilometers, or 40 miles, wide. You could practically drive from the mountains to the sea in about an hour. This extreme length-to-width ratio is what makes Chile's shape so uniquely bizarre. It's like a geographical shoestring, a ribbon of a nation. So, why is Chile shaped this way? It's not a random squiggle on the map. The answer lies in a powerful combination of geology, history, and conflict. The primary shaper of Chile is the colossal Andes mountain range. For millions of years, the tectonic plate under the Pacific Ocean has been sliding beneath the South American plate, pushing up the Andes like a gigantic wall. This natural barrier effectively walled off the coastal strip, creating a distinct geographical corridor. This corridor is what would eventually become modern-day Chile. But nature is only half the story. The rest of the shape was carved out by humans. During the colonial era, Spanish settlers established themselves in the fertile Central Valley, sandwiched between the mountains and the sea. This became the heartland of the colony. Then, in the 19th century, after gaining independence, Chile began to expand. It pushed north, fighting the War of the Pacific against Peru and Bolivia. The prize, the valuable mineral-rich Atacama Desert. This war annexed a huge chunk of desert coastline, dramatically extending Chile's northern length. Meanwhile, in the south, the Chilean government encouraged settlement in the wild, forested regions of Patagonia, pushing its borders further and further towards the Antarctic. They were essentially filling in the long, narrow space defined by the Andes in the Pacific. So, Chile's shape is a product of both a massive mountain range acting as a wall and a history of strategic expansion to the north and south. It's a country literally defined by its natural and historical boundaries. This unique shape gives Chile an unbelievable diversity of climates and landscapes. In the far north, you have the Atacama Desert, one of the driest places on Earth. It's so arid that some areas haven't seen significant rainfall in centuries. It feels like you're on Mars. Then, as you travel south, you pass through the Mediterranean climate of the Central Valley, which is perfect for vineyards and farming. This is Chile's agricultural heartland. Keep going south, and you enter a temperate rainforest with ancient forests, stunning lakes, and snow-capped volcanoes. It's a paradise for hikers and nature lovers. And finally, at the very bottom, you reach the windswept, glacial landscapes of Patagonia. Here, massive ice fields and jagged peaks meet the stormy southern seas. It's one of the most remote and untamed wildernesses on the planet! From scorching desert to frozen glaciers, all within the borders of one single skinny country. It's absolutely mind-blowing. Of course, Chile isn't the only oddly shaped country out there. Let's give some honorable mentions. Vietnam, for example, is another incredibly long and narrow country, curving along the coast of Southeast Asia. Its S shape is iconic, but it's a bit wider and less extreme than Chile. Then you have countries like the Gambia in West Africa. It's a tiny sliver of a nation that exists almost entirely along the banks of the Gambia River, completely surrounded by Senegal except for a tiny bit of coastline. Its shape is a direct result of British colonial interests who wanted control of the river. We can't forget Croatia with its strange boomerang or dragon-like shape, hooking around Bosnia and Herzegovina to claim a huge stretch of the beautiful Adriatic coast. This shape is a legacy of centuries of shifting empires, from the Venetian Republic to the Austro-Hungarian and Ottoman empires. And what about the United States? With Alaska and Hawaii, it's a non-contiguous nation, which is strange in its own right. But the most bizarre part is the panhandles, like the ones in Florida and Oklahoma, or the strange little nub on Minnesota called the Northwest Angle, which you can only reach by driving through Canada or crossing a lake. But even with all these fascinating contenders, Chile's sheer scale, its dramatic length-to-width ratio, and the incredible climatic diversity it packs into that narrow strip make it, for me, the undisputed king of weirdly shaped countries. It's a nation defined and blessed by its strange geography. It's a testament to how mountains, oceans, and history can conspire to draw one of the most unique outlines on the world map. So what do you think? Do you agree that Chile is the strangest? Or is there another country you think deserves the title? Let me know your thoughts down in the comments below. I love reading your suggestions and debating these fun geography facts. Thanks so much for watching today. If you enjoyed this geographical journey, please give this video a thumbs up. And do you unforget to subscribe and hit that notification bell so you won't miss our next adventure. Until next time, stay curious.